So yesterday I found out by accident that I could go live, and we already had a request to do a live video. So take it away, sweetie, while I
Good,
drive. We
good lady.
you crazy already. We out running around
Good
here all
morning.
messy and everything. So we just dropped the kids off, and we're just running around.
Good morning, by the way.
This is my husband, Kyron, Katie.
Hello, folks. How's everybody this morning? What everybody doing today?
Oh, Trina's there. Hi, Trina.
Hi, Trina. How you doing?
Oh, you can see the people right here.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Mhm.
I just found out I could go live, so I'm excited. And Summer Studio requested it, so I hope she's watching. So this is supposed to be about relationships. That's what you said, right?
Yes.
Okay. She said she just rolled out the bed.
Based upon relationships, ladies and gentlemen, for things to work, it has to be discipline and focus on both parties. Also, as a man,
What
as a,
about, no, slow down, sweetie. What about people that just come in and say somebody's just starting a relationship?
right.
Was, you know,
When we first start off,
how they going to be disciplined? They getting to know each other.
right, the discipline before you enter the relationship, you got to know what you're going in and what you're going in for, and understanding, sitting at the table and explaining what you've been through, or put everything right there, and you get to absorb
Take
and know
time
each
to
other.
get to know each other.
Right, before the relationship becomes serious. If you got to sit down at a breakfast table, at a diner, you ask 101 questions. It's like filling out an application today, and being truthful and everything. So,
What it is you want out the relationship, where you want to go, in the
or
relationship.
what you looking for.
Not go physically, but do you want kids? Do you want to get married? Not just, you look fly, sweetie. Let me get your number. No, what do you want
What?
out of life?
And
That's what you gotta speak up, sweetie.
this is where we going wrong at, sitting down or just going on a date. That date, that date is very serious. I don't care what. I'm just gonna date him. Nah, you got to take that date serious, and you got to sit down with him because he becomes your friend first before he becomes your boyfriend. So you want to become friends first to understand him, see where his mind
She
is.
said, right. No need to send your representative. Just be upfront and real.
Yeah.
Keep it 100.
So you sit down, you talk to him, see what he has on his plate. You get to see what you got on your plate, and see, because you learn from each other and build. Because else it ain't gonna go nowhere. Because you seeing it as a date, and that's how the relationship starts off. You gotta today's time. You gotta have patience. You gotta be relaxed. You go, okay, let me see what he has, and he gonna see what you have. And also, the women are ready and willing to get ahead and go forward, but it has to be the discipline and the patience of the man unleashing his selfish ways to allow that woman in.
So
And that's
when you say selfish ways, what you mean?
of just accepting that she's gonna be your woman, what you used to do, and
What
say
you giving up
and
to be with that person?
Because look, all that partying and going out, I'm doing this and doing that. Nah, you got to say I want to be more family oriented and I want to grow with someone.
Well, y'all could do it together.
Right, you could do it together, but you gotta, as a man, when you come into this relationship and you've been single for a long time,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you've been just doing what you want to do,
Right,
you're gonna have to give that all up for that relationship to work, because you was this one selfish individual at that time and say, oh, screw this, and I got my own place and everything. But like you always said, you're not here for yourself. You're here to grow and get stronger in life with someone,
Right.
and multiply and keep
Right.
the legacy going in your life.
But that doesn't mean you forced to be with somebody just because, God made two. Some people choose to be single. You could have even a friend just as a companion, just as somebody that you go out to the movies with, go out to eat. It doesn't have to be a sexual relationship or friendship type thing.
No,
but just
that's
a companion. You
right.
can have a companion.
And that's when you
or a friend with benefits.
right. You starting off slowly, and if y'all got kids and you're older, it's the best thing is to start off slowly, and then if you living by yourself and he's living by himself, it's good to be neutral friends for like 6 months, and then you see where you go from there. Or else don't sit there and play no head games, and your woman today got to be straightforward and upfront and tell this man, listen, this is what I'm looking for. If you're not ready and willing to settle down with me, you might as well move out
She
your
clapping.
way.
She clapping.
You might as well move because I don't got time. I've been through it. I got 3 kids. I'm 50 years old. Where do you want to go? I ain't got no time for your games. You ripped and ran. I ripped and ran. I got married. You married. We got to move on. We got to grow together again. We got to regenerate this fire again because we got 50.
Not just that too, but it's about the kids, because you may want somebody, but you got to think about your kids too. It's not just for you and your relationship or what you want. You got to think about how it affects the kids and what the kids need.
Right, but as a woman coming in, looking at the past, if the man have kids, sometimes you second guess and say to yourself, go, what happened to the baby mother? Why they didn't work? He got these 3 kids. Were he ever married? What went wrong in the situation? Was the woman, or was his selfish ways? And you got to say, okay, for a relationship to be strong, the man has to give up his selfish ways and bow down. I know women don't want to, men don't want to hear. You have to bow down and understand your woman, and she will understand you.
Amen.
And be submersive and
ask
loving.
Questions.
And ask the question. Huh?
Ask the questions. That's what she said.
What she said? I can't read the questions.
You got to ask the questions. You got to ask her questions.
Right. So, and that's what that is. Because you go, he got 3 kids, or do he have 3 kids? You got to look. Your woman, when you choose your men, you got to look at his past, where he's jumping one baby mother, 2 baby mother. You got to say something.
It's a pattern here.
There's a pattern here before you even enter this relationship and decide to be with this man. Because it's just not the woman. You got to look at this now. Y'all are pillows. So he took the pillow, squeezed it to death, got a child out of it, then jumped to the next one.
It's not just that, but remember we was talking about the sex energies, sex magic, and stuff like that. You gotta you have the womb. Okay, so you gotta look at too. What type of energy are you putting or allowing inside of you? That's to me, that's one of the main.
No,
things.
it's the seed. Because
that could be poisonous, just as poisonous as smoking crack.
Yeah, because it's like I was explaining to a while ago about your first intimacy with your first boyfriend. What age was you? What was you doing? At 13, 14, you allow this man to take something very precious of you that you'll never forget the first time someone took something from you, especially your virginity. So that's a major point. So that's why you go, okay, he took it, then you walk away and you go, wow. Then did he take it or I gave it to him? That's a war and fight as you get older and get into other relationships. He took it from you. Did you want to give it up, or you just allowed him to get ahead because you wanted the experience? That starts from day one of being loved, or being falling in love, or being romance, and he bought you a flower, he gave you some candy, say he's 16, and you said, you know what, I'm going to give him what I feel he should have. That's totally different.
Right, but then that's like going into the topic of saying, what do you believe at that age? First of all, they don't know nothing about love. They know what they might think love is, but like you said with Summer Studio, it has to go to with, did you have a father? Was your father there? Are you looking for a father figure? Stuff like that. But at that age, you don't know nothing about all of that.
No, you don't.
And then it's too, like, what exactly is love to you?
Because if you don't have no father and he never loved that shows you and socialized with you and talked to you, so you're looking for that fulfillment. You arguing with your mother, or dad ain't around, and you and your mother get into an argument, or you lash out, and then you like, where dad at? And I want to go live with dad, and because dad ain't there no more, and you unfocused now. No man in the house, so you lost. You and your mother arguing, you and your sister arguing, but you looking for dad. Dad is nowhere around. So now you bundled up with all this negative energy, and you go looking for it in the wrong places, and sometimes it's like committing to hell.
So what about how she was saying how to fight fairly? No, I don't really like the word fight, but I guess she's saying, like, if you were not necessarily an argument or a physical fight, but say we're going back and forth. Oh, we don't do that, but say somebody's going back and forth and they like, oh, well, you ain't do this and you ain't do that. Like, how do you communicate? I guess is what she was trying to say. What's the
Sometimes
best way to communicate?
the best time to
I think
communicate
that
is
first of all, you should start off like that.
you start off communicating, but the best time you going back and forth, somebody has to be the stronger and better person to walk away, take a walk out the other room, come back a couple of hours later, and be strengthening the same pattern, but come back smarter and wiser how to talk at a lower pitch, be more relaxed, and
Right,
how
but
to.
when you in the heat of it, ain't nobody thinking about, okay, who gonna walk, which one gonna walk away, me or you? Ain't
But the,
nobody
not,
thinking
not,
that. You
at
too
the
busy
time you,
going back and
but
forth.
as the maturity comes in the individual and the older you get, woman or man, somebody goes, you know what? I'm gonna pay him no mind. I'm gonna pay her no mind right now. I'm just gonna take a deep breath, walk away, and then retract. Especially if you got years together. Eventually, some men after a while, men don't even say nothing. They just let the woman just
She
and
said
then
no
walk away.
chasing the man down the hall, right?
Right. So after a while,
With the hot grease. Do
yeah.
the Al Green. With
So
the hot grease.
after 20 years in a marriage, and you go, you know what? The man go
I'm
like
gonna
this.
burn this nigga back.
The
No,
man
I
the
ain't
man
gonna
like
say
this.
that.
The man be like, all right, okay, no problem. I'm going to the store or just walk away. I'm going to walk the dog. You know, you can get him
But
bigger with yourself.
no, but I think that's why in the beginning, like you were saying, starting that foundation, when you have that communication down pat from the beginning, I think I'm not gonna say it don't happen because it happens. You always disagree. There's no agreement all the time, every time. But I think it's less that you're going through that back and forthness, and the communication is just better once you built that
Yeah,
communication
but
foundation.
because you understand each other from like day one. Like
Right,
you know
right. So you
internally,
know if I'm mad, why I'm mad,
man.
what
Yeah,
you did
what?
or what I did,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, you know each other. You go, okay, you know what? I know what I did. I know what I triggered. I knew her. I know her too long, and know her do's and don'ts, and I know my do's and don'ts, and I triggered that do's. And that's when then you go, okay, let me back off and apologize because you know what you did wrong
That's
already.
the key thing too. Like we was talking about this morning in the group, forgiveness.
Yeah.
Somebody, both actually should be able to come together and apologize after you make up or come together to talk and squash it out or whatever. Y'all both should apologize because
Because
that's the only way to get over that happened too. You don't just come and
no,
talk and
no,
like, oh,
because
okay, it's fine, and then
right,
because you don't want to still hold on to those emotions of why you was fighting
right,
or arguing.
and dealing with situations in life and being raped or taken advantage of as a woman.
We're not talking about that,
Oh,
sweetie.
oh okay. But in that relationship, but that has to do with relationships too, because that relationship carries on to the next male, or the
Yeah, but we ain't going there.
right,
We ain't
so
going there.
right, so I just wonder and be curious, when your women or men choose their spouse to be careful. Like I said, sit down at a table, breakfast, and you ask him 101 questions, and he'll ask you 101 questions.
She
What
said,
is it?
right, so many layers.
There's a lot of layers there, especially it depends how old you are too.
I
Because,
don't know because you could be 55, 60, and you still walking around here acting look at you walking around here like you're 30.
but
You could be, that don't mean just because you old in age that you're mature
no, that's true too.
or you make wise
But
decisions, because you
a
got
lot,
some out here still trying to chase these young girls down, still trying to keep their youth.
no, because they don't, they blind. They blind.
Right, but
They look at know what it is, the advertisement in their brains. If I'm 55 and she's 25, I'm looking at the advertisement and
what you
energy.
looking for? Was
Right,
your mother not
right,
there like how
right.
you
Well,
said
you're
with the
right,
women
right. Yeah,
with no
what?
father? Was
Right.
their mother not there? Like, what's the deal with that? What is the deal with that? What can you explain for
As a man,
live? What's the deal with that as far as men? What you doing?
I don't know if the energy or lack of just in general men finding something young and strong, or it's just they don't want to lose their mojo, or they don't want to bow down. They don't want to bow down, saying, "Listen,
Look,
I don't have
whether you're a man
man
or
or
a
not."
woman, it's gonna go eventually
Right.
anyway.
So
So
you go,
they today it's 2018, so they got stuff for that.
but
So
the key part is they
go
be
to
like,
the doctor, get your little blue pills or whatever you got to get.
but a lot of men look, a lot of men don't go. A lot of men and women, some women go, "Oh, don't touch me." So now That when that happens, and
Right, but if she's saying don't touch me, like how I come home from work, sometimes I'll be like, don't touch me. No, I'm tired. I'm banged
right,
up. I'm beat. I've been on my
right,
feet all night.
right.
Why you got? It's not about don't touch me, but why are you saying don't touch me?
No, I'm just saying you talking about the younger woman, like in the why the older men look at the younger woman
Oh,
when the man sees that younger woman and he got the old woman that he been with for 30 years and he be trying to probably want some and she be like, don't touch me, no, I don't feel like it, I don't feel like it. Meanwhile, nothing wrong with her, she just don't feel like it anymore because she lost that edge.
but
And
what
that,
if she didn't lose the edge and she just don't want to because she don't want to?
I don't know,
She got a right.
she have a right
She might just don't feel like it.
to
So
each
that
their own.
means he go out here because if it was the other way around, and this is controversial because if it was the other way around, he wouldn't want her going out there finding a little young guy off the basketball court or something. Be like, what you doing with that little boy?
Right, but that's like I'm saying, the discipline and the unselfish man's ways. But see, it would never have to come to that of she's saying no to you if you treat her with 100% off the gate every single day,
Right. She said, right.
loving and holding her and kissing her and giving her a hug every single day. That's a natural self emotion a woman looking for.
Right.
But if you just been just out of whack with her and arguing and not being home and drinking and coming in, I would understand.
She just coming in from work, and
yeah.
you like, come on, baby, come
Right.
to the bed.
Right.
And you're like,
meanwhile,
Daddy,
you
get
haven't
off
seen.
me.
Hold on. Meanwhile, you haven't. Look. Meanwhile, you've been out hanging out 2 3 hours a week, and then you expecting her to really touch you or show romance to you? Nah, I'll say, okay,
Play your position.
I'm gonna back off you. I haven't been treating you right, and I have to restart.
But how? At what point does a man look at their self and say, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to, as opposed to just saying, oh, you don't want me to touch you?
Men are very selfish creatures, and this is where you have to sit down in the relationship to see what this guy wants and not stay too long.
Okay.
And this is where a lot of women get, oh, sorry, just stay too long. Just stay and take the mental, physical, emotional abuse.
Because I do agree to a certain point. So say the ones that don't have kids, because 9 times out of 10, if a woman's staying long, the thing you always hear is, oh, well, I stayed for the kids. Which to me, the kids end up hurt in the long run just as much as the woman, because they have the emotional abuse and everything else that they see, that they grow up, the dysfunction.
Right.
So at what point do you are you supposed to leave? And what about the ones that don't have kids that stay?
Okay, the ones that have kids that stay, you're gonna have to break apart.
You usually want what's better for the child.
But eventually, yeah, I understand that. But eventually, you're gonna have to break apart. The ones that don't have no kids, they just staying because they have low self-esteem and think they can't find no one better. But the one with the kids, the woman will sit there and tolerate it to a degree because of the kids. Meanwhile, the kids and her is taking a mental beating,
emotional
beating. So the key part is you go, you know what?
Psychological.
I'm not, in today's time, I realize my mother did this to my father. I would not allow my kids to suffer the consequences I suffer. My mother dealing with my father, meanwhile he was no good and didn't respect her, but I'm not tolerating that. And that's what women today has to do. But when
it's not like, well, you could.
No, you have to.
Always want to stay with somebody, but if you know that you're in a situation that is not healthy for you or the kids, and you're not ready to just get up and bounce, which I don't see why not. But if you can't, then start prepping yourself. Start making your plans to, financially put yourself in a position. She said, or as time goes by fast and you don't want to lose your invested time.
Time, right? Lose investment time has nothing to do with investment time. It's about happiness and taking your kids.
But she's saying if you've been in it, say, like you said, for 15, 20 years, that's a lot of time. Like Mary said, 11 years out of my life, like you put in so much time, I guess people are scared to start over.
If you're not happy,
that what it is?
They're scared to start all over. But if you're not happy no more,
is people scared to start over? You think?
If you're not happy no more, I don't care if it's 20 or 15 years.
Yeah, the fear.
I don't care if it's 20, 25 years.
But does the fear, I'm sorry, sweetie. Does the fear outweigh the happiness? Sometimes I guess it does, right?
Yes, yes, it
That's
does.
sad though.
It's sad, but y'all have split
But you know
apart.
what it is, and this is what I say: you can be tired. You got to be tired of being tired. That's when you leave, and then the fear don't even it ain't even there no more. They lose themselves, unfortunately, right? And then the
Because
kids is jacked up
the crazy part is, if I've been in a relationship 25 years, and out of that five, look,
because before that, the end of that 25, I say by the 10th or 12th, it start going sour. By the 15th, I don't know, at some point you got to be like, this shit, ooh, not this shit, but this ain't working out.
you have to
Something
break
got to
apart.
give,
You got to
right?
give. Because you're
But you
going to
do try to work on it, and it takes two to work on it. And it can't be just one person saying, come on, let's try this, let's try that. It got to be both that
right.
want it
And
to
then
work.
women will have patience, work through the trials and
But
tribulations,
too much, like you said, though,
and
because
and
that's what
and
they end up
right,
saying.
and then
Because
they try to regenerate, and it don't be nothing left. Meanwhile, he put you through a lot of situations, but y'all still sit there like pillows and take the pins and
and then your
needles,
self-esteem so low
and
by
your
then that you scared to get into another relationship
relationship
because you're scared of being hurt,
hurt. Yeah, the
and you
defense
don't
mechanism
you,
gone.
and your trust is gone. You don't trust nobody. All right, so what about trust and communication? She said
Um,
trust is a big thing.
it's big.
Communication. Hmm?
It's the communication. The trust issue is seeking each other out, and to build that trust, you gotta sit down. You gotta see each other every day.
But
You
even
gotta
if you
call.
see each other every day, that don't mean that out the time, like, this is trust. We could be together 16 hours. How many hours? We could be together 20 hours, but them 4 hours is where the mistrust come in, and then your mind, your ego, and all that is talking to you saying, "Oh, well, he doing something, or she doing something, and they ain't where they supposed to be, or they ain't go where they said they went." So that's where the trust comes in,
No, you have. That's called jealousy too. That's
right? But trust and jealousy
just
is all.
right the same. But no,
The
jealousy.
jealousy comes from not trusting.
The key part is jealousy. You got to clean that out, and you have to become more mature and say, I got to, regardless what I've been through or been hurt, you got to push that out, move into the relationship and say, okay, I'm ready and willing. Regardless, I can't, whatever happened to me in my past, I can't bring that forward regardless, trusting this man or this female. So
But that's why I said too, it's not just about, oh yeah, I got jealous ways, or oh, sometimes I get jealous. You have to deal with why the jealousy is there. Where did the jealousy come? I don't know. To me, I don't look at the top layer of the cake. I want to know what's inside. What's inside the cake? What made this cake what it is? You know what I'm saying?
right,
It's a reason why the jealousy is there, and you have to deal with why it started in the first place. Or you always gonna be jealous
right,
and don't trust nobody.
right. And that's what it is. You got to take that
You got to
jealousy,
fix your,
you got to
your
fix it.
jealousy issues
And
and
that
why
comes
it got there in the first
and
place.
that comes with age and maturing. Or some people just
No,
carry
that
with it.
comes with healing the issue.
Yeah, but it also comes with
She
maturity too.
said there's a root to everything. It is. That's what and then the more you let it fester and it build up and build up, you in one relationship, it don't work out, and you broke up with her because you ain't trust her and y'all arguing and fighting all the time. Now you with another one, like you said, and now your jealousy is like out of control that you can't even be with nobody in a healthy relationship. You need to deal with the issues of do you have the jealousy in the first place?
Right. And
Maybe you, like I said, that is unhealthy for the kids. Maybe you grew up seeing your father running out on your mother all the time, or your mother at the club while your father at home taking care of y'all.
right.
It could deal with a lot of, not necessarily something you went through, but something that you've seen your parents or your relatives or something like that go through.
It's just making a commitment because as you get into a relationship, you look a lot of women are looking for marriage. Men are too, but
You
they
think
want
so? Some people like being single though, because they like the freedom and not having to feel the need to answer to somebody. I think if you're in a healthy relationship, it's not really answering to nobody and that you got to choke on with a leash, but
not just do respect. Just let them know. Okay, this is what I do. These are my friends I hang around before. Because look, when you go into a relationship, and he got to know, and he has to explain to you. I hang with this one. I hang with this one.
well, hopefully y'all all met each other.
Right.
Because if your friends ain't healthy, then we're gonna have to work something out.
Yeah, but the key
Because
part
then
is
again, that's where the trust comes in.
the
Now, if you
trust.
got unhealthy friends and you like, oh well, me and so and them, we going out, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, I know what they about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But the
So
key part
that's
is
where the trust thing comes in again.
This is what
And
look.
the jealousy and all that.
Right.
Because I know what your friends is about, and you ain't got no problem hanging with them. You think it's cool, so that means you down with them.
Right. The key. This is where I say, undisciplined. You got to be undisciplined and
I mean,
unselfish.
discipline.
You got to be You got to be disciplined and unselfish. Because look, a woman ain't gonna go as much as a man. If she meets that right man, and he's a settling, loving,
She
and
want to do
caring,
things as a couple.
do things as a couple. So she'll leave her friends. Her friends go, yo, what happened?
Yeah, they'd
And
be like,
they
damn,
be,
what,
you?
ever since you got with Tyrone,
you ain't hanging out with me no. Cause she's ready now. She found somebody of interest that.
And he done gassed out thinking that he want to be with her and in a
Right.
relationship.
Yeah. So
that he done flipped the switch. And he going out and hanging with
That's why I said,
Easy and them.
woman's a pillow. A man have to give up his unselfish ways. A woman to sit there, listen to him, absorb him. Oh yeah, he's cute. He's nice looking, dressed well. He sounds good. Give him a shot. What's the shot?
What's the shot?
What is the shot now?
She said, heck, my husband and I have been together for almost 35 years. I had to step away when I felt, nope. But I was immature. I didn't understand his grind.
35 and didn't understand his grind. What type of work he was working? His grind mean his work?
Hustling or what?
Was hustling or?
If he hustling, we gotta work something out too because we know where that leads.
You know, if his grind is.
No, but when you grinding, that means she said working. She said, thankfully we reunited.
Right, but see, he had to. You have
legal.
to understand.
She said legal.
You have to understand his selfish ways.
Well, if he grinding, he ain't being selfish.
Yes,
though.
he is.
He might be trying to feed the family.
No. If she's not working anything, he has selfish ways.
How is that selfish? If he grinding, I mean, if he said, she said he was doing legal work. He ain't out hustling, grinding.
Right.
He might be grinding, working hard, trying to feed his family. Right. That's not being selfish.
No, it depends how much grinding he was doing, Chris.
Oh, so you saying spend more time? He was trying to build, but I wanted to play. Ooh, Trina.
Right. She wanted that commitment. She wanted
she wasn't the one ready. She was ready, but
the key part is he didn't break that down. He probably gave her at first, boom, 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 and then all of a sudden the push came, and she was rejected. And she, like he said, she wanted the hugging, the kissing. He might be tired, and all type of stuff came in. She wanted that loving, hugging.
She was playing.
Yeah,
so she wanted that.
She wanted that affection and everything.
Communication wasn't there.
Yeah,
right. That's why we're saying that foundation.
The foundation. So she wanted that, come home. He came home from work. They came home from work. Bang, boom. Meanwhile, he's doing. Look, she expecting him to come home. Oh, sweet, I'm doing overtime.
Right. Like that's why they say, like, it's nothing wrong with trying to work on your goals and get to where you want to be, but if you're doing it so much that it's taken away
it's taken from the family,
it's and your time, then something.
That's what. Yeah, I understand.
Not that it got to give, you got to stop, or I got to stop, but you just got to come to some kind of agreement of how it's gonna work. She said, "But how sweet it is now." Right.
No, she has to understand it because the maturity came in, and she respected it now. But from the gate, it's like.
So, but what I'm wondering, Trinia, so what made it change? The communication came back in stronger, or what happened?
They stepped out and reviewed everything.
They got separated and got back together?
Yeah, they reviewed.
When both y'all heads was like on the same page, y'all was vibing?
They came back
That's
together.
What I'm wondering.
They came back together, and she said, okay, he never did no cheating, and I never seen no suspicion of cheating. It was that he's just working too much, and I couldn't accept it at first. And she said, you know what? Let's restart this and regenerate this. Let me sit down. We'll sit down and talk and communicate on his work schedule and giving me more time. She wanted more time in. And that's what happened. She wanted more time. She wanted more family time, more loving, more going out time. But he was just sitting there thinking about money.
Right. He always stayed in my orbit. I grew. I waited for me to catch up. That's nice. That's a blessing.
What happened?
He waited for her to catch up. That's what's up. That was meant to be.
He's older or she older?
He said, "Is you older or sweetie? It's live."
Are you older or he's older?
He's older. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad y'all got back together.
Maturity. It comes in due time.
But at least he understood that too, though.
Right. Maturity.
He knew what he had, so almost 10 years. Yeah, he knew what he had, so at least he waited. That they worked it out. He's older by 10 years.
Yeah, maturity. Maturity. He had this hustle and grind on
because he knew already what kind of foundation or whatever he wanted to lay. He knew how he wanted things,
Yeah, look, when his mindset at 10 years old was a grind and hustle, you just didn't know it yet.
Because she wasn't born yet.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
She said, right.
Yeah, his hustle and his maturity. When he was 20, he didn't have a 20-year-old mind. He had an older mind, and he wanted to hustle and make some money, and then come back and gather his strength and his foundation up to be married to someone like you. So he sat there and watched you go up and down in your struggles and trials with him, but he knew he was going to come back and get you.
He's going to come back and get you.
He's going to come back and get you.
And he got her.
Yeah, he's come back regardless what you had at that time. He knew what he wanted.
He's going to come back and get you.
He's coming back to get you.
He said, I want that right there.
Yeah, he said, you can have your little fun and whatever. You got that 10-year stretch.
You coming right back here,
you come back
girl. You coming right back here. She said he literally did.
Yeah, he coming back.
Well, it's been 31 minutes, so do you have anything else you want to say? Or Trinity, do you want to talk about anything? Or ask us anything? You are the only person on, but thank you for watching.
How many children you have by him?
You see we got the minivan, right, for all the kids. Look, you see straight to the back. She said, love y'all too. Aww.
That's nice.
We got a van full. That's what we got a van full of kids. It's all love though. We have 3 in total. Oh, that's nice.
That's nice.
We got 6 in total. 2, 2, and 2. What? 20? She said, yikes. How old is Sky now? It's so many. I'll be forgetting.
21s.
So 2 21s.
2
20s.
And a 9 and 10.
9 and 10. 10 and 9.
10 and 9.
Yeah, those are the Irish. They call them Irish. She said, oh, sorry. That's nice. Irish twins, right?
Yeah.
Because they look like
They
twins,
look like twins.
but they're not even a year apart. Anything else, Junior? Thank you for spending time with us. We was gonna talk regardless because that's just what we do.
We sit there and call and talk for hours. That's what we did in the beginning of the relationship.
And so when I started the YouTube, I said, why don't we just put it out there?
And she was the aggressive in the relationship too. Come sit next to me. Why are you sitting so far over there?
I just know what I want. She said 100, yeah. I just know what I want, that's all. When you know what you want and you're tired of playing games, you don't settle for less. Like I said, you get tired of being tired. It's like, nope. She said, me too. How long can you be on live? Don't they give you an hour or what?
You could get here and rock. It depends on what the topic is. Or
Junior, you ever did live? How long do you be on for live?
What station?
He said, what state are you in? We in New York.
We in New York.
Not on YouTube. Oh, on Facebook? Do you do Facebook Live? What else you want to talk about, sweetie?
Nothing. That's just the topic for today.
Oh, get out of here. She from the Bronx. Born and raised.
Born and raised in Mount Vernon.
Okay.
Born and raised in Mount Vernon.
Any questions?
We went to school together.
But he was around all the time. Grew up together. My aunts and father and his mother and father and aunts, everybody always hung out together when they was growing up. So when we get together, it's kind of like a family reunion for everybody. No questions, just sending love. Thank you. Sending it back.
Sending it back.
Yeah, sending it back. Anything else, sweetie?
No, thank you for listening.
And watching, yeah. And watching. All right. So enjoy your day.
Okay. And God bless you.
Stay amazing. Enjoy life. Anything else?
No.
All right, Junior. How do I
Bye
turn it
bye.
off though?
I don't know.
All right. Love you.
Love
Stay
you.
amazing.